They're classy too, man. I can wear this on a date.
People who are most successful are the ones who don't just give up.
We have officially partnered up with Alcivar Paper Supply. Alcivar Paper Supply services paper products within the cities of Charlotte, Concord, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, Salisbury, Morrisville, and smaller cities in between. From fiber, plastic, and foam bowls, paper towels, tissues, napkins, takeout containers, gloves, to janitorial supplies, and much, much more, Alcivar Paper is dedicated to bring you the paper goods you need. Customers can pick up products directly at Alcivar Paper's warehouse located at 735 Henson Street in Albemarle, North Carolina, or products can be delivered to you at your business doorstep. Today's live is also brought to you by CL Driving School. CL Driving School is a truck driving school located in Indian Trail, offering programs for both commercial Class A and Class B licenses. With your choice between automatic and manual transmission, their classes consist of small group trainings with one instructor per truck. Training is available on weekdays, weekends, and evenings. Not only do you receive classes, but opportunities for sponsorship programs, recruiter visits, and job placement assistance also occurs. CL Driving School is also trilingual with classes offered in English, Spanish, and Arabic. Register for classes today by calling 704-821-1111. Again, that number is 704-821-1111. Don't miss out. Hello and welcome to another episode of the MLS Corner. Just like Charlotte FC's win, we have a winning lineup here tonight as well. I have Lee from CLTFC Fan TV, the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody recognizes him everywhere he goes. He hypes up the supporters groups. He is everywhere, and he graced us with his presence today. Lee, how are you today, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice, man. I love the energy back.
You kind of scared me, man. I didn't know what to say.
We also have a very special guest tonight with an amazing blog that I was very impressed with. And he said he used to be a goalkeeper, and one of the things he mentioned was he's better than Kalina. So
I don't know about that. Definitely don't want to say that.
That's what I heard. I heard it too.
Michael, how do you pronounce your last name, bro? I don't want to mess it up.
Hubbard. Michael Hubbard. Okay. Hub likes. That's me.
How are you tonight,
Thanks so much for having me on again. I'm super excited to chat with you guys.
For sure, man. Yeah. Yes, sir. So let's get things going, guys. Charlotte FC recorded their very first win this weekend. I mean, a Swiderski double. I got a little video for y'all, actually. Let me go ahead and play it now.
It's not me, is it?
Te lo firmo.
Están buscando cambios y aquí está.
Boys, talk to me about that first win, Charlotte FC's very first win against New England Revolution, last year's Supporter Shield winners, a team that came off of a 3-0 loss as well. You know, that, to be honest, I think played into our favor a little bit, but it could have gone south as well. So give us your thoughts on the match. We'll start off with you, Lee.
Yeah, first, shout out to the shipping department. And secondly, we would like to say we love you too, Captain Bricks. So anyways, the game, I think we controlled it pretty well, man. I think at least from what I saw, right? I mean, there was probably about 10, 15 minutes at the beginning of the second half where we looked a little iffy. But other than that, man, I think we played our game. We did our thing. And, we got the result. I can't say I honestly believed we were going to beat them 3-1, but we did. And first 3 points, and hopefully it shuts up all the smack talking on Twitter and everything.
For
Of
sure.
course, bro. Of course. I mean, like I told you last week, bro. I was bullish on the team this weekend, and they came through for me. I predicted a 2-1. They hit me with a 3-1.
So
Uh huh.
I was gonna say, we get looped in on some score predictions on Insta, right? And this is the first week I didn't pick us winning. I'd be damned if we didn't win. So
Nice.
yeah,
Michael, give us your thoughts on the game, bro.
Dude, it was amazing. It felt so good to be there for the first win. Those games are a lot of fun. Honestly, so I was talking to the people next to me before the game, and I told them I'd be happy with a point today. I'd be happy with the 1-1 was kind of what I was thinking. And they totally surprised me in the best way. I wrote in my blog, like, that does not look like the team that played in the first half against Atlanta. I mean, that was just last week. That was not long ago at all. So it's really good to see how much they improved since Atlanta. I know that second half versus Atlanta was a lot stronger than the first, but so much improvement all around the board.
Yeah, man. I mean, we dominated large portions of that game. I mean, the first half we were all over them. Most of the second half as well, and I just really enjoyed, especially the build up to the first goal. That is Miguel Angel Ramirez ball at his finest.
He's the best.
Even Swiderski, like we'll talk a little bit about him, but he created his space and the shot he had, bro. That's the level. That's what I want from my DP. That's the thing. That is exactly what I want. And
once that ball came to him on that first goal, he didn't even think about it. He knew exactly what he's doing. Right.
He's so good at making space for himself. I mean, we saw it at the first home match too. I mean, he didn't convert any, but you saw how he could make his own shot kind of out of thin air. And he really showcased that against New England.
So I guess we'll start off with that then. Karol Swiderski, our Polish Punisher, I like to call him.
The
Amazing
Prince.
game by him. Bro, everybody's giving. So I've heard Polish Prince, Polish King. I just said Polish Punisher.
Assassin, Polish assassin.
Bro, what are we officially naming him? Because these are too many names. We
I'm
got
always going to be
I'm going
kind of guy because of the crown, the Queen City. I think it makes no sense.
the Polish Prince. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Swigolski.
I like this one too, King Karol.
King Karol.
That one's cool.
Swigolski, King Karol.
Swigolski.
King Karol. I'm kind of digging King Karol as well.
Right on.
Talk to me about the game that he had, guys. We'll start off with you, Michael.
Brilliant game, man. Brilliant game. He scored the brace, which obviously were two very well taken goals. I had a really good view for the first one. I'm kind of behind the supporter section in the corner.
Okay.
From my view, it looked amazing because it did not look like it was going in at all. I thought it was going to be an easy save for the keeper, and maybe it should have been, but it was a well-taken shot, and it had a tricky bounce to it. But I do think some other keepers probably could have saved that. Second goal, I haven't watched too many replays of it, but it looked like no keeper was saving that one. That one was amazing.
100%. Even me, like this is what I liked also about Karol. The ball that Ben Bender won, like I think it was the first half. No, it was the second. It might have been the first half. Yeah, it was the first half now that I think about it. He won it, and like Rios didn't get at the end of it, and the ball was like kind of like in the 18, and he was coming to kick it, and Ben Bender kicked it, and he got so pissed off.
Yeah.
You remember that? Like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
he yelled. He was like, "Yo, leave me the ball!" And then he yelled, and I was like, "Bro, I love that. That's what I want to see from my designated player." That's why you get paid the big bucks. That's why the eyes are going to be on you. And I even asked them at the press conference, I was like, Karol, do you feel like there was a pressure taken off of you and the team getting a win and also you scoring a brace tonight? He's like, I don't know, man, but one thing I know is that I didn't have My first 2 games weren't great, and I finally feel comfortable, and I'm good. I'm good to go now. Which I'm like, yo, that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see our striker Karol Swiderski be talked about all season.
Yeah, so real quick, that was the play where Ben Bender actually did really well to keep the ball in when it was about to go out for the goal kick. You know, the New England was shielding it, and Ben Bender just ran right around him and poked it back in.
Right. Yeah, that was the play.
I mean, the real question really, though, is did you ask him that at the press conference or at Target?
I definitely asked him that at the press conference, and I'll shoot you my Karol story that I had of the night as well. So this was the day after the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a single dude living in Uptown, like, bro, like, I shop just necessities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what I need.
Or hang out at Target quite a bit.
Hey, I'm a college student. I hear that.
Yeah.
So this is me. I'm in the condiments aisle because I bought my chicken. I'm like, okay, I need to get me some of that lemon pepper to add to my chicken, right? So shout out to anyone that likes that lemon pepper. And I'm looking, and Karol, not me, Karol stops his cart and looks over and just stands there for a second. And like I like through my, what is this called? Is it I don't know.
Peripheral.
Yeah.
He asked you if you knew what the lemon chicken was.
No, I looked up. I'm like, yo, Karol. I'm like, hey, how's it going? We start chatting it up. I was like, bro, your game last night was amazing. I made a tweet about you. Everybody's loving you. He's like, thanks, man. I'm like, what are you doing here? He was like, yo, I'm looking for some butter. Like, butter? And he's like, yeah, we're making a cake for Jan Sobocinski. His wife was, because it was Jan's birthday Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like
she
was
liked
like,
my Instagram comment today. Sorry, real quick, I had to throw that in there. Jan, we haven't seen him on the field yet, but I follow him on Instagram, and he likes my Instagram comment.
Hey, let's go. But
not exactly the same as having a conversation with Karol, but you know what I mean.
It's about the same, bro. It's about the same. But like he was like, yo, he was like, do you know where it's at? And I'm like, bro, did you ask somebody at Target? He's like, yeah, but because he called it something like margarine or something like that. And like, I'm like,
margarine.
Yeah. I'm like, Karol, bro, I'm a single dude. I have no idea. I was like, get the basics and that's it. My bad, dog. So I definitely did not assist Karol into scoring birthday cake stuff at Target. So,
right. So if Jan didn't have a good birthday, it's your fault. You heard that here on his own channel too.
That's wild to me that like a day after he balls out, I run into him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyone that has a great game for Charlotte FC every weekend, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Target and make sure that they're there the next day. It is what it is, boys.
That's awesome to hear they're making cakes for each other, man, and it shows how they're getting along. That's cool.
Yeah, so him and Jan live in the same complex, and I asked him about Jasviak too, and he said that he's going to live in the same area. So all the Polish players will be in the same spot. So
that's cool. There's
my Swiderski story. I couldn't help him make a cake. Maybe one day I'll buy him a cake for his birthday to make it up for him.
Yeah, I would say though, Karol's off the ball plays pretty good too, though.
He is, bro.
Like some of those runs he would make just to pull the players wide and that kind of stuff. And there's some comments in here too, you know. Karol's through ball to out. Yeah, that third goal was nice, right? So he's a good player, man. He's actually coming in. Hopefully he's not hurt. Do we know for sure if he's hurt or not?
I think he has a little injury. If I'm a betting man, I would say he gets some minutes Saturday.
Does he start?
I hope so.
He was training separately from the team. So, I mean, maybe not, but I would lean more toward you could probably see him this weekend. I don't know if it's from the get-go, but he could probably see minutes. But I'm purely speculating right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even someone mentioned his second goal too was a very clever. I think it was a long ball from Franco, and he kind of he stopped the defender, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
He pinged it into Rios, and Rios couldn't get on the end of it, and Bender puts it back in and he scores. And I'm just like, bro, we have such a quality striker up in Karol Swiderski. Can you imagine when him and Yazviak link up? Like MLS,
right? Because that's what happened, right? It was that long ball, and he was running, and he just kind of stopped, held his position. The defender kind of
He's
bounced
so
off of
intelligent.
him. Yeah, so that was a good move for sure.
And for his frame and kind of his build, I was really surprised at how good ball skills he has and kind of weaving in and out of dangerous situations. I mean, there were a couple moments where he just pulled off something spectacular in the middle of 3 or 4 defenders, and I'm like, how did he even get out of that?
For sure. Another player that I want to highlight that didn't get talked about enough, I think, this weekend was this man right here, Jordi Alcivar. So here's the thing with Jordi Alcivar. He was a guy that Miguel requested. You know what I'm saying? He talked to Miguel. Miguel said, I want you here in Charlotte FC. And his move, I don't want to say it was primarily because of Miguel, but he played a large influence in bringing him here. And I think Jordi thought he was going to come in and be the guy. And up until now, he hasn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't start against DC. He played some minutes. I believe he didn't get any playing time. What was our next game after DC?
Atlanta. Galaxy at home.
Yeah.
Galaxy at home.
Galaxy. And then I believe he didn't play against Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go back and look. But he got the nod this weekend. And I think he had a brilliant game. I mean, he played higher up the pitch. He was very important. He had 3 long balls that were great. He assisted Ben Bender's goal as well. And so I think he had a spectacular game. Boys, give me your thoughts on Jordi Alcivar.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm the same. I think he's the same, like what you were saying, Jorge, right? I mean, he definitely showed up last weekend. Definitely caused put a good balls in and caused a lot of ruckus. Does he get minutes again against Cincinnati? You would think so.
I would hope so. Yeah, he played really well,
especially since we'll be missing Franco in the midfield as well.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I don't know. Maybe with Karol starting to play too, it's taking some pressure off of him from being the go-to guy, sort of thing, right? So,
and this is a great thing about our coach as well. I mean, he plays. I mean, we've seen him play a 4-3-3, a 5-3-2, a 4-4-2. I mean,
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he adjusts his game model, and he's not afraid to make changes. And we've seen players in multiple positions. I mean, I think Jordi Alcivar's very first game, he played him either at the 8 or at the 6 in Charleston. And so, I mean, multiple players that he has, he's played them in different positions. We've seen Ben Bender on the left wing. We've seen him as a false 9. So I think that also goes to show you that a lot of these players, not only do we have multiple formations we can go off of, but we also have players that can be polyfunctional as well. Michael, give me your thoughts on Jordi.
On Alcivar?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I thought Alcivar behind, Swiderski and Bender was probably my third, man of the match. He really impressed me. I think he looks really good as a 10, and I wasn't sure if he was a natural 6, a natural 8. But after watching him and how he plays, I think to me, he definitely looks like more of a successful number 10. I had no idea we had such a player in him, honestly. I had never seen much of his stuff, and then he came out and just put out that performance, and it was really impressive. One stat that really stood out to me, which is kind of just insane, he had a 95.5% pass accuracy against New England, which That's probably he missed like one pass.
Yeah,
I
it was like
guess.
22 and 23, something like that.
2 or 3. Yeah, that was wild. That's a wild stat. That's that shows a player that you can trust to keep and move the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the other good thing is, these boys now have had a couple of games together, right? So they're kind of starting to gel too.
Yeah.
So,
This is a good question. What do we think of Rios? I mean, I think he had a great game as well. And playing with 2 strikers up top, that's what I asked Miguel this, which was pretty funny, and like he didn't answer it. I was like, "Hey Miguel, Rios talked to us about playing him with 2 strikers up top." This man said, "Well, we've tried different formations. I don't know." Boom, he starts with 2 strikers up top.
I've been wanting to see that. I've written that I want to see us partner with 2 strikers up top, Karol and Rios, because in the first game, not the first game, the LA game, Karol really looked like he would have benefited from just having one more kind of target man next to him to play off of. And we definitely saw that. Rios makes a great target man. I thought he had a really good game. My only thing on Rios, and I'm nitpicking at this point, it was very early in the game. It was like the 4th minute. Rios received it, in the attacking third, or at least the opposition half. And someone was making a run behind him. He got the ball, and I'm screaming, please turn your body and find this runner. But, he kind of went back to where he was facing, and I'm not sure what happened after that. But so I just think, a little more spatial awareness from him could go a long way,
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you also have to think as well. I think Rios Reyna is fully fit now. Does Rios Reyna go up top now? What do you guys think? Because, I mean, honestly, from his first couple of games, you can see the talent in the player, but I feel like sometimes he just doesn't look interested.
Yeah, I don't see it. Like you said, right? I think he plays at 85 to 90%. And, that 10% is just like, come on, man. You've got the talent. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, that header against LA where he could have just headed into the net and it just went straight down into the ground. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess things like that happen though, but it's more off the ball stuff, right? You can see the balls, like if you start sprinting, you might get that ball before it goes out for a goal kick, right? But I don't know.
Gotcha. Someone asked about. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I share like the same frustrations with Reyna. I think his work rate could be higher. It's almost even more frustrating because like it looks like he has good skills. Like we've seen him beat players before. And it looks like it's something he likes to do. He's just not making the right choices after. He's not making the right passes at the right time. So I don't want to write him off. I don't want to kind of crap on any of our players, but really what I want to say is I think if you tweak his mental
we expect
game,
more from him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's an experienced player. He's been in the MLS. I mean, like you have a team too of young players that are stepping up. Look at Ben Bender. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even Adam Armour, right? I mean, he's hustling hard.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. We're playing for the crown, man. You got to be balls to the wall.
I've been real impressed with Armour.
Yeah, Armour's legit.
And then I know we talked about them last week, but we have to give a shout out as well to Kalina and Bender. Kalina's clutch save in the second half. I believe the game was 1-1. I mean, just came in, and you're starting to see like, I think Kalina after Fuchs should be our second captain. I think he has all the qualities of a captain. The first thing is, as a defender looking back, when you have a keeper like Kalina, you feel safe, right? Secondly, like the guy, every time he talks, you're like, yo, like this guy is like very stern, very powerful. And I think his experience too, being 29 years old, I would have him as my second captain after Fuchs. If Fuchs is officially our captain, which I'm not sure if he is or not.
I'm not a big fan of goalkeepers being the captain. I mean,
hey, bro, okay. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I mean, because, not to go to the Premier League, but in Spurs, you see Hugo's the captain, and I just feel like there's it just gets lost, right? He's standing back there, and you need to yell at, I don't know, somebody up top, right? It just kind of gets lost. I understand what you're saying about the back line and everything, but I don't know. I think it needs to be a outfield player personally, but that's my personal opinion.
This
Change
is a
my
great
mind.
comment by Ethan. I would too, bro. I would follow Kalina into war. I might hide when we get into that war, but I will definitely follow him to it.
Can I get an interview?
Right? I'm like, are you going to Target next week?
Yeah, but yeah, I was just reading some of these comments, man. I mean, the penalty, I don't think that was his fault, right? I mean, he did what he had to do in the midst of what was going down. And, I just don't think it's Kalina's he's a baller, dude. And we're lucky to have him.
100%. I do too. Now talk to me also about the Lord himself, Ben freaking Bender. I mean, what else can we say about this kid? But every time we watch him, he is so good, bro. I mean, he looks like a veteran on the pitch. He's very comfortable. Like the level, even Miguel said it in his press conference. He says, even the Ben that we saw, that we scouted and recruited, is not the same Ben that we have now. And I mean, like, he's so good. And he's left-footed, but the goal he scored was his weaker foot, which we've seen him take corner kicks with his right foot before as well.
Doesn't have a weak foot.
Exactly. There you go. No weak foot.
No weak foot. Is that his new nickname? Bender No Weak Foot?
I like that. Talk to me about Ben, Michael. And in the comments, too. I want to hear your thoughts on Ben.
Yeah, Bender's a super, super special player, man. I mean, to be that young and doing it in MLS like he is so far is so, so cool. I mean, he's living my dream. He's living every kid's dream who grows up playing soccer. You know what I mean? And exactly like you were saying, he plays like a veteran. You see him in the games. He looks so composed, calm, like brave, even taking players on, beating players off the dribble, sending in perfect crosses. I mean, he does not look like he was just playing D1 soccer at all.
Right?
Yeah, the thing, though, is a couple of things, right? If he ever starts having like a couple of bad games, is he going to lose that confidence? And secondly, if he doesn't, how soon before somebody comes and takes him from us?
That's a great question. I think I mentioned this last week, but when the Atlanta United defender Alan Franco bodied the hell out of him, it didn't even faze him. And I think Ben's just one of those kids that's just gonna be. He's just special, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could start telling these things. Like even I think you mentioned in your vlog, Mike, and I 100% agree with this as well. Like he's got the potential to be a future U.S. men's national team player.
And I don't want to be jumping the gun, but I mean, honestly, if you watch the two games, okay, or however many games he's played, like I'm watching it, and then I'm watching the USA qualification windows, and I'm thinking he looks better than a couple of these guys on the roster already. And of course, time will tell. You can't get caught up to the national team after 2 games, and you have to be so careful, putting a lot of pressure on those young kids, right? And I know this is Charlotte FC, but real quick, like I just want to mention like Ricardo Pepi. I think he's too young. I think a lot of people online are putting a lot of pressure on him to carry the front line. And I think that can definitely be dangerous for sure.
This is a good comment. Ben just seems chill. Bro, he is chill. I had a conversation with him after Miguel's press conference. A couple of the players were there, and I got a chance to talk to them. And he's just like a good kid, bro. Like the Ben you see on the field, and then the Ben that like you talk to is just like different. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just still a young kid. Like he's just a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So nice. All right. And now I want to get into a little bit about our match this weekend against FC Cincinnati. Are we sleeping on FC Cincinnati? I mean, everybody had them, and us, to be fair, as the contenders for the wooden spoon, right? I mean, To be fair, Miguel didn't help us out with his comments about us being screwed. I know I put that out there, but still. And then everybody else had FC Cincinnati, but FC Cincinnati has 2 wins in a row right now. They beat an impressive Orlando, and they beat an Inter Miami who, let's be honest, looks terrible. So I don't know how much we can judge it off of that game, but I think the Orlando game gives us a little bit more because Orlando, I think that's their only game that they've lost. I think they have 2 wins and a tie as well. Wow. And FC Cincinnati has a man right now on the form of his life in Brandon Vasquez. 4 goals, 1 assist already in the last 2 games. I mean, the guy's balling out. You've probably seen it, Michael, where people are talking about like he even has potential for the U.S. men's national team, right? Which, again, it might be overhyped, but still. And he said in an interview, Brandon said that his secret so far, I don't know if you guys saw that, is that he has been eating a lot of pancake. Hold on, wrong pancake. There you go, the right pancake. Not this pancake.
No, that pancake.
These pancakes.
We love the other pancake too, by the way.
So talk to me, guys, about FC Cincinnati. Is this a winnable game for us? Should we win this game?
Should we win this game? Didn't they? They lost to Austin the first game, right?
Yeah, they got destroyed.
5-0.
Yeah. I think we should beat them, man. But we're at home. We're coming off of a win. We're feeling confident, right? Is Carol hurt? We don't really know what the real deal is there, right? I feel confident in saying at least 2-1 because we're going to give up a penalty, right? I mean, that's just going to be that's our MO apparently, right? We just give up a penalty.
That's a great point that you bring up, bro, because a lot. I mean, how many penalties have we given up?
Like 3.
3.
Yeah. You're right. We gave up 1 against DC, 1 against Atlanta, 1 against New England.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think of preseason. We didn't
think we gave up any penalties there. We got a penalty.
We scored a penalty.
Yeah, we scored a penalty
against Miami.
But
so then we just turned
that's something that we definitely have to be working on.
But it was the penalty this weekend. It was different though. Like we saw the goal, we saw the penalty, and it was like I don't know. It just seemed like the atmosphere was like, oh, it didn't matter. We knew we was going to score again, and not to get off the Cincinnati thing, but yeah, I think 2-1 is going to be the result, and I don't know. See Bender maybe get one again, and maybe Carroll again, and then that soft penalty just because it's the MLS.
Yeah, sure. One would be a solid result.
Yeah. Michael, give us your thoughts on FC Cincinnati, man.
Yeah, so I didn't watch 2021 MLS. This is my first year watching the MLS. But, of course, I hear everyone saying, oh, Cincinnati, they're at the bottom. They're going to finish at the bottom. If relegation was a thing, they should be relegated, all this stuff. And then, I'm seeing that they've won the past couple games. And, like we were talking about, Vasquez is on the form of his life, it appears. So I think it's going to be harder than some people may think. But it is at home, so I think we should expect a win. But real quick, I totally lost my train of thought. Hold on.
I mean, just to add on to that, they also have a new coach in Pat Noonan, who's never actually coached as a head coach in the MLS.
Well, neither is Mars.
That's what I'm saying. So, but you're already starting to see, I think they had 1 home win last year. So they've already tied that up with the win against Miami, right? And so I think it's going to be a difficult game for us, but it is a game that we need to win. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those games where, of course, I want us to play great. Of course, I want it to be like New England. But this game, I'm more results focused. You know what I'm saying? We need that result because next weekend we head into Philly. Right, we head into the top of the undefeated Philly so far, the team who's top of the Eastern Conference so far, and so we need to secure the bag with these 3 points this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, what I was going to add on is I think we need to be really careful in the back. I think this is something worth mentioning is so Vasquez has contested and this is total across 4 matches. He's contested 65 duels. And so for reference, Chicharito has contested 29. Josef Martinez has contested 15 duels. And he's pretty good at winning them too. He has a pretty high success rate. And I haven't watched Cincy games, but I've watched the highlights. So I think that's really what we're going to have to look out for is those crosses, set pieces, chips into the box.
100%.
And so I really want to see Derek Jones start just to have that tall, strong frame so that, in those situations, we could even have him man mark him,
100%. I mean, yeah, even Cincy, they have Acosta, who's a good 10, hard
Very
work.
good.
Also they got the Brazilian Brenner as well. I think they even missed a penalty against Miami. So it was interesting. So the score could have been 4-1 towards them.
Yeah, Cincinnati's got kind of a soft spell, though, right? Just looking at the schedule, they came off in Miami, then they play us, and then they play Montreal. So they've got a good, and then they play Seattle. So
yeah, but just like we're looking at them as a winnable game, they're looking at us as a winnable game.
Well, and the fact it's the first Queen City derby too, man, right? That can't be forgotten either, right? That is a thing, I think. Not forcing rivalries or anything, but it's definitely a thing.
100%.
Real quick, on Acosta, real quick. I'm a stats guy. I told you that before. I'm going to fire you guys with the stats. Their Acosta has 17 chances created in 4 games, which is more than Franco, Titi, and Alcivar combined this season, which is 4.5 chances created per game. So he's going to be dangerous, and we need to take care of him for sure.
100%. Yeah, that's why I don't think we were all talking out of our first 5 games, okay, this is the most winnable one, which I think it still is a winnable game, but I definitely don't see it being an easy game for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go with that. But I still think we're going to win 2-1.
Awesome. And that's where I was headed towards. Guys, some score predictions. Lee, you've already mentioned it, and I want to see in the comments as well some score predictions. You're saying 2-1. Give me your goal scorers.
Like I said before, maybe Bender and Carol. Assuming that Carol starts.
Yeah.
Michael, give us a score prediction.
Like I said, I think it's going to be competitive. I don't think it's going to be as easy as some people think. I'm going to go with 3-2. Why not? A bunch of goals. Let's go with a Swiderski goal, an Alcivar goal, and why not? Just because I like him, I want to see him get another start. Armour's going to get the 3rd goal.
Nice. I love it. People are pretty positive, too, about us winning 3-2, 2-1, 2-0. I like this 3-2 Bender, Sergio, and Rios. Okay. Get Sergio involved and Rios involved in there. I also agree. I just think it's going to be a tough game, and we're going to barely win 2-1. That's just what I'm seeing, And honestly, if Swiderski gets a couple minutes, I'd love to see him score, and I think we'll see TT's first goal this weekend as well.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, at Charlotte will 2-1. I honestly think he needs to step up some more. You know what I'm saying?
I like the battle royale that they've calling out there too instead of the Queen City Derby. I kind of enjoy that. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I think it's going to be a grinder, and we're going to win with Bender.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of TT, man. A lot of people, some podcasts list to online, and kind of, maybe not thinking so much of him anymore. But I'm still remembering that first goal he scored in DC, man. I'm still on the TT train. I want to see him step it up some more too.
Me too. I'm still on the TT train. I think he's more in his armor from what I've seen than what I've seen so far. That's what I want to see him do more. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Well, we're talking about players. Yeah, so I'm gonna take my prediction back and say we lose 1-0. We're gonna lose 1-0. And that's just because last time I predicted us losing. But I would like to give a shout out to Lindsey too, man. He was a baller this weekend, man.
Yeah,
He's played good all season.
You're right.
He's
In terms
consistent.
of consistency, I'd have to go with Jalen Lindsey so far.
Yeah.
And
I think he's my man right now, man. That's who I'm enjoying watching play.
He's got some real good pace, and the more I watch him, the more I'm starting to trust him at defending as well. I mean, he had a lot of good tackles.
Yeah, he reads the game well, right? He pushes the forwards out or the wingers out where they like away, and basically guides them where he wants them to go. So yeah, it's good to watch.
100%. And then I told y'all as well, and I'm gonna leave you with this. I heard last week that Charlotte was planning on playing a friendly in the summer against a powerhouse of a team. First of all, when I said that, I got those MLS retweets where people are like, oh, yeah, you're playing Austin FC in the summer. Oh, yeah, you're playing Seattle in the summer, right? And so, yeah, they're definitely a powerhouse. And I'm like, okay, definitely not. Austin hasn't even made a playoff. So we'll see how they do this season. They're starting off well.
Oh, they're starting to taper off already.
Well, they drew 1-1. And so I'm going to give you guys another clue before we end this on who we're playing against in the summer, right?
Let it out. Spill it.
All right. So my first clue was that they were a powerhouse. My second clue that I'm going to give you guys tonight on this Tuesday night, 72 degrees outside, beautiful day in Charlotte, North Carolina. The wind is great. This is my second clue to y'all. The team that we're playing.
Just tell us.
He's like, shut up and just tell us.
Yeah. It'd be some off the wall. It's gonna be some off the wall clue that nobody gets, right? But Jorge, right?
Bro, if I think something's fun, I don't care if anyone else does. I'm gonna still laugh anyways.
You're gonna drag this on as long as you can, huh?
Yeah. Until we kick off, I told you.
The team that we're playing is a Champions League winner.
Oh, wow.
Champions League winner. So that narrows it down for you guys. I'm super excited about this match. I think it'll be great for us. Hopefully, they don't play. I don't know the dates or when it's gonna happen just yet. I'm finding out. But I really just don't hope it comes in between some tough matches that I need to get the calendar again, because I definitely don't want this to be a distraction for us.
Is it a Premier League team?
It's a Champions League winning team. Let's play AFC Richmond. What Champions League? CONCACAF? UEFA?
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
Great question. What is it? Yeah, look, Jorge's trying to think of how he can skirt this now. We all went Europe.
Hey, Nottingham Forest, they did win the Champions League.
The Champions
League been around a long time.
It wasn't the Champions League, though, was it? It was back then it was the
European
Cup or something. What's that?
They have a Champions League. If it says Champions League on it, or if it looks like La Orejona, I'm giving it to them.
So that means the Spurs 60s team couldn't possibly be here to play?
Nice. Awesome. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. Boys, thank you so much for coming on today. Lee, where can we find you?
Apparently staggering at the stadium and trying to interview fans after the game. That was, apologies there all around.
If you haven't watched Lee's fan reactions on TLTFC Fan TV, it was awesome. My favorite thing was that little kid with the tattoo, and it was in slow-mo.
Oh, that was JT's son. Yeah. So, you can find us on all the socials at CLTFC Fan TV. We just dropped the latest fan reactions today. So you'll see it. We got ambushed by everybody coming out of the stadium, and it was really hard to interview. But, there we go.
Is there a special spot that you guys will be at that way?
We'll keep posting up outside the LED entrance. But I think we're going to kind of come further away so we can let most of the fans walk through and just grab a couple of people. Because last time we were right there by the fence, and it was just a constant pile-on us, man. It was hard to just ask questions and talk about the game. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun. We appreciate the fans out there for sure.
100%. And then Morgan just mentioned, so there's
the shipping department.
Yeah, the shipping department. Donate to La Femme Footy.
Yep.
These girls are amazing and they're great. So anything that they do, I put my stamp of approval behind. And make sure you check out their page and check out all the great things that they're doing as well.
Yeah, they're trying to reach some sort of goal tonight or this week or something, right?
Perfect. And then Michael Hubbard, tell us a little bit about where we can find you.
Yeah, I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for having me. It was so cool to meet you. Yeah, you can find me at HubLikes on Twitter. That's my username right there. I have a blog. I love to write about the club. It's just a great hobby of mine I've picked up, and that is it's called Mike's Likes on Google Blogger. I think the domain is HubLikes. But yeah, give me a follow on Twitter. I love to chat. I love the club. I love the community. So
For sure.
Yeah. Thanks so much again.
Awesome. And then obviously you guys, if you're here, you follow Top Bin 90. My next goal is to get our YouTube page to 1K. We've got 3 platforms at 1K. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, or else I won't be able to go to any of these events anymore and get you guys information.
Yeah, come on, guys. We can get him there. Not too far off now. Right?
Using that negative pressure. No.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah.
But thanks again, guys. This concludes another episode of the MLS Corner, and we will be back next Tuesday at 8. I've lined up a very, very special guest for next week already, so be very prepared for that one. And hopefully we'll be talking about another win, 6 points for Charlotte FC, back-to-back W's before we head over to Philly. Guys, thank you so much. Everybody that commented and was part of tonight, thank you very much. None of this would be possible without you guys. You guys have a great night.
Night.